Well, good afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with this beautiful community. I'd like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land and pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. I'd like to acknowledge the work of the IPDC and ATI for arranging this celebration, this event, and in particular Imam Abu Haraya for organising it, our Sheikh Dr. Rafiqul Islam, thank you, and thank you for that beautiful address. I truly appreciated it. Sheikh Tariq El-Bikar, Mr. Munir Hussain, and my special friend, our favourite elder, Kazi Ali. Parents, teachers, all educators, religious leaders, all our religious leaders, there's so many of you here, I'd like to acknowledge all of you. Sponsors, and also my very good friend Zisoon, who's the Labor representative for Banks, who's here, who has a very deep connection with multicultural communities, and it's a pleasure to be here with him, next to him today. I'd like to acknowledge all the award recipients today. I think it's important that they're recognised for their hard work, but I also want to acknowledge all of our children that participated in this whole program. It's a very special program, and I've gotten to understand it a lot better today by sitting here and listening to all of the speeches and speaking to parents and seeing the commitment to celebrate and to acknowledge the holy month of Ramadan and how important it is. This is my first year as a Shadow Minister for Multiculturalism, and it's my first experience in terms of getting out to every iftar every night and appreciating how important the holy month of Ramadan is to our community. But it's also important in terms of the connection with the broader community. It's important when if we're serious about embracing and championing multiculturalism in this country, it's events like it's the holy month of Ramadan that makes it really happen for us. And I wish that we were doing this 30 years ago when I was a young child, a young Greek boy of a particular faith, and I felt left out. And we tended to be isolated, and we just sat there on our own and kept to ourselves, rather than really celebrated our culture, because that's what it's all about here in Australia. It's not about denouncing or forgetting about your culture here or your religion. It's about embracing it here and making it defines you as Australians. That's why it's so important that we continue to do this. It spices up our society. Not just your religion, your culture, wherever you've come from. It's so important that we do celebrate it, and it's also important in terms of removing barriers. People by nature tend to are hesitant when something's different. Well, we've got to actually make that effort to let them know who we are and how much we love. Because the holy month of Ramadan, as far as I'm concerned, my reading of it is about friendship, love and enlightenment. And that's what we're celebrating. How good is that? I mean, the good doctor earlier, when you said to me it's about, you mentioned smiling. I'm a true believer in that. I think a smile is the window, to happiness for everyone. And I'm really, really touched by your address. But there's also, of recent years, we've had some real tragedies. We've had bushfires, we've had floods, we've had the COVID pandemic that's hit us in different waves. And during the last Delta lockdown, I realised that the government hadn't properly communicated with our ethnic communities. They didn't realise, our ethnic and religious institutions as well, they didn't realise how powerful, how valuable you are to helping society get the things done that we need to do to protect ourselves. And my hat's off It's an Aussie way of saying congratulations. My hat's off to all of you, and to everyone from this community that actually got the job done for us and got out there and spread the word and coordinated. And hats off for helping people from a distant area up north, at Lismore, for helping them and assisting them. People you don't know, but you've chosen as a community to say, no, we want to stand up and help them. We want to do something. We want to provide food. We want to provide funds, whatever we can. Yeah, this is what makes our country, our state, such a blessed society. Please continue to do what you do. We will continue to work with you moving forward to celebrate you and all our community in whole. Thank you.